again everybody, so here I am with my very first update of 2016. You'll have seen my last video for my very last weigh-in of 2015, so I'm excited to be back. It's a brand new year. Group for me this week was the busiest group of the year. It was extremely busy. I had to help out even more in group this week. We sort of split up jobs. I came away from the weigh desk and went over to the shop and helped out on the shop, and it was frantic. I had to get Mr. Dyble to help me fold the raffle tickets. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of new joiners at my group. Let me know how your group was this week. Was it really busy? Did you stay to group? And more importantly, how did you do? So I've been reading a lot of comments from my last video, and as many of us did, there were a lot of gains, but it's very positive to read that everybody's happy with the gains that they've had, not too disappointed. They know where obviously the gains have come from, and the main thing actually that I was really excited to read about is that everybody's raring to go. Some old names popped back up on my comments and on my Instagram if you follow me over there. So yeah, it's like we're all back together again, old and new, and raring to get some weight lost in 2016. So I'll firstly update you on how I've done, and then I'm going to do a brief chat for all the new starters and anyone that wants a little refresher. And yeah, so this week I lost £1, which I think I mentioned last week I'd be happy to maintain. So I'm thoroughly ecstatic about that in a way, because I did think there'd be a lot of remnants hanging over from Christmas. I did try really hard this week. I did have a couple of SP days, so to lose £1 for me was fantastic. So that's a fantastic start to the new year. Obviously, let me know as always down below how your first weigh-in of 2016 was, and as I said previously, if you're brand new to us, let us know so we can all help you out. Which was another thing I wanted to mention. It's really good that now, obviously I've said to you, I'm not spending as much time on social media. I'm really happy to see that in the comments down below, when people have asked questions and I've not maybe been around to answer them, a few of the ladies that have been following me for a while are jumping on and helping out and answering some questions. So thanks ever so much for doing that. And it also makes it feel like a real community that we've got, that we're all here for each other, here to support each other, and here to help each other with tips and advice. So that is fantastic. So, lost £1. It was just a general normal week, as I said, extra easy with a couple of SP days thrown in. If you want an idea of what I generally eat on either an SP week or an extra easy week, I'll link some bits and bobs around up here for you to click on, which will open a new window in your browser and allow you to look at things like my weekly food diaries. What else can I do for you? I'll also, for old and new, which can be very helpful, again up here you'll see a little link popping up now which will take you through to some meal planners, which are going to be really helpful to you if you really don't want to have to think about what to do in these first couple of weeks and you want it all planning out for you. That will take you to that. Other places you can find information such as that, if you've joined through a voucher this week on Slimming World, the chances are you got that through a magazine, and the magazine would maybe have also included a week's worth of meals, so you could probably find a week's meal planner on there. And another good thing, which I'm going to go into now, not in great depth, because again, I'm going to link a video up here which will take you through the whole of this pack. So you may have sat to group and listened to this if it was your first week. You may have had to rush off, you could only have a chance to join. But this link that I'm putting up here now will take you through to a full description of everything that's in your pack. And again, if you've already heard it, it might just be worth refreshing yourselves again and listening to that video. So pop over and have a look at that after. But yes, so you will have received this if you're new to group. If you haven't, you've been with us a while, you've been following me a while, you've been doing Slimming World on and off a while, I would encourage you, anybody that's been on it even for a long time, to go and fish out your pack, regardless of how it looks, because I know they've changed over the years. Fish it out, pull it out of your drawer, and have a good rifle through it. It is a brilliant tool. It's what you pay your money for. A lot of us are lucky enough to get the vouchers and join for free and just pay the £5 membership. Another thing I wanted to mention, controversial or not, what I have seen from being on Slimming World before is January, yes, as I said this week, is a really, really popular week for people joining, and yes, we're fortunate enough to find the vouchers in the magazines and newspapers to join. But unfortunately, and I'm saying this because I've got an absolutely wonderful consultant who I wouldn't dream of doing this to, but unfortunately a lot of people take the voucher, go to the group, claim their free pack, never to be seen again, or they maybe do their first 4 weeks on their food diaries and they're never to be seen again. What I would say, from my personal opinion, and absolutely there'll be other people out there that have done it for just as long as me or more that may not agree with this, but this is sort of my channel, so they're my kind of opinions, take them or leave them. I would encourage you to try and stay to group. Try just, you know, especially those first 4 weeks, you're filling your diaries in, you're getting all the advice from your consultant, she's checking the sheets, she's telling you if you're doing anything wrong. I personally wouldn't have been able to get where I've gotten without the image therapy. Some people are very strong-minded, strong-willed, can absolutely manage it without a group. But I think the group is great as a social morning. It's great to meet new friends. It's great to share recipes, tips, advice. If somebody's done especially well in group, you can pick them for information. And it's more important, and not a lot of people understand this, but if you have had a really bad week and you're feeling like, oh, I definitely don't want to go to group this week, there's no point in me paying to have gained weight. Those are the groups when actually, those are the weeks when actually it is most important to stay to group, because that's when you need the help, advice and support. So I always encourage people, don't be tempted to use the voucher, get the book and run, stay around, stick around. And similarly, if you have done that and you've stuck around and you find you're not getting anything from it, you find the group isn't working for you, don't be scared to click online, pop your postcode in, it brings up your nearest 10 groups, look for a consultant that does suit you. And I think if you do find the consultant that you click with, it will be of a great benefit to you. Another thing I wanted to mention quickly, in case you didn't hear it or missed it in group, is once you've joined, you don't have to go back to that very same group. If you're on holiday, I don't know, so if you've gone down south to visit family, you can use any group. It's a membership that works anywhere where there is a group. You don't have to go to the morning group, you can change to an evening group. So yeah, that card that you've been given and your membership allows you to go and get weighed wherever you want. So they were the main tips that I wanted to give you. First of all, just in case you've not heard that, that's your pack. And as I say, you can click on the link that I provided earlier to take you through this. I'll briefly show you what's in it, but I'm not going to go through the books because I have done a video on that already. But in your pack you should have received your Bible, as I call it, which is your main Slimming World book, which has your 3 steps of Slimming World in there. All your free foods, all your healthy extra A's, which give you calcium, all your healthy extra B's that give you fibre, and in all those lovely tasty sins that you can have that make it seem like a normal everyday regime of eating and not deprivation, more importantly. So that is your main book, and you should carry that with you everywhere. There are actually between this pack, there's over 50 recipes and meal ideas, so definitely worth a read through. Flag some pages up. Another book you will have got will be the main Extra Easy Plan, talking you through how to do it. Main principles being 1/3 of your plate needs to be full of speed foods, and then the other 2/3 full of free foods, which are all listed in there, and again we'll be explaining that video that I linked, but that's your Extra Easy explanation book. Another book that you should have got in your pack would be the Love Friendship, Love Your Slimming World group, explaining you, as I've just said, benefits of staying to group, bits about how Slimming World got going, how long it's been going, about your image therapy, about setting targets for your weight loss, or little mini goals along the way if you'd like. That all explains that in there. You've also got the Love Life, Love Body Magic book. To lose weight, you do not have to do exercise. I would recommend it because as I've lost the weight, I've noticed a lot of loose skin coming about. You don't have to be an athlete to do this. It can be literally chair exercises, bed exercises, or anything up to a lot of lovely people like our lovely Natasha Dyble, whose channel I'll link below. I don't think she makes the videos anymore, but it is worth going back and watching Natasha Dyble's journey, because she got so far as into short little walks, into running a long way. So it is achievable. Just start out what your body will allow you to do and go from there. But anything, what I would say is anything is better than nothing. So have a little flick through that, but as I say, absolutely not essential to weight loss, just helps. You'll have got 4 weeks worth of the food diaries, which are there. And you fill in all your foods. This is essential. Be really informative with this. If it's a specific type of cheese, write it, you know, so that she knows. Because on your healthy extras, for example, it'll list things like cheddar, but it doesn't unfortunately list things like brie and camembert. So the more information and detail you can put on these for your consultant, the better. She'll pick up anything that you're doing wrong, nip it in the bud, and obviously she's there, she wants you to be able to have success on your journey. So they're those, and then another 4 sheets on the back of that will be the fit logs. So if you do choose to do anything, and even if it's cleaning, anything where you're moving and your heart rate's increasing even slightly, write that on your fit log, and you can actually gain little extra awards for those too, bronze, silver and gold Body Magic awards. And then there's a little sheet about becoming a consultant, but we won't really go into that because you're probably here because you're new, and you need as much support from a consultant as possible. You wouldn't even dream of becoming one just yet. A lot of people do go on to have a fantastic experience with Slimming World, get to Target, are so appreciative and grateful about it that they want to go on to help other people. So that is why the leaflet's in there, just to show you that it is possible as a career if you want to do that. So that is your pack. New starters, other little tips that I would give you as well, and I'll try and insert some little pictures here for you. What I would recommend is going out and getting what I would call store cupboard staples. Now there is a section in your book called store cupboard staples, and it'll tell you all the things that are free. These I find essential simply because if you're coming from quite like a ready meal environment, you've eaten a lot of ready meals in the past, even things that are pre-prepared that you put bung in the oven, things like that, takeaways, and you're not really used to cooking from scratch, which Slimming World, you know, quite happily endorse and encourage you to cook from scratch. Obviously if you're cooking things like chicken and meats and things like that on their own with nothing on, it will seem quite bland because ready meals are full of sugars and salts and added flavourings and preservatives and stuff. So what I would say is with your store cupboard staples, go through that list, buy as many of those free, so they're absolutely free in sins, herbs, spices, flavourings and things like that as you possibly can, because that is going to be what makes the difference to all of the meals that you're cooking from here on in. Things like your fry light are absolutely essential to go out and get that very first week. You can still have a beautiful fry up for your breakfast, squirt your frying pan with fry light, either buy, as I do to make it easy, bacon medallions, or cut the fat off your bacon and then sling it all in your frying pan. The bacon is unlimited, you can eat unlimited amount of mushrooms, tomatoes, beans, you know, they do sin-free Linda McCartney red onion and rosemary sausages, or some very good meaty sausages that are maybe half to 1 sin each. So you can still have a big fry up on a weekend. It really is a diet that fits in with the whole family as well. If you've been worrying about how you're going to make it fit in with the family, with your husband, with your children, we have things like steak bakes, would you believe? If anyone goes to Greg's, I've never had one of these, but if you're a fan of like your baker's steak bakes or your Greg's steak bakes, again, I can link my recipe up here. I have in the past done a series called Make It Mondays, and one of the recipe weeks was about what I called a fake bake. So it's a way of making a similar thing to a Greg's steak bake. Husband will love it, kids love it. Have it with mushy peas, have it with beans, make Slimming World chips, which again, if you've not heard how to do them just yet because you're new, it's simply peel it and chop your chips as you normally would, but instead of putting them in your deep fat fryer, sprinkle them with a little bit of spices, smoked paprika's nice, or salt and pepper, fry them, spray them in your fry light, bung them in your oven, and again, like I say, there's so much more I could go into in the way of beautiful recipes that'll make Slimming World just seem like it, well, it's not really like a diet, is it? So Make It Mondays playlist, I will link here. I've just finished the Christmas edition, but it will take you through to the full playlist, and I think they're in order of how I did them, so you'll get normal meals like curries, shepherd's pies, all sorts of stuff you can do in your slow cooker, stuff that's quick and easy. They all tend to be quite quick and easy because I'm one of these people that looks at a recipe, if it's any more than sort of half a dozen ingredients, I kind of switch off to it thinking, oh, that's going to be a lot of time and effort. So if you're someone that's new to cooking or doesn't like to spend a lot of time on cooking, all of those recipes will be worth looking at for you. But as I say, weekly meal plans that I've linked, weekly food diaries that I've linked, and the Make It Mondays, essentially they're going to be the bulk of what you're going to be needing to be watching just to see you through these first 4 weeks until you get your head around the plan. It's easy, you can follow them, I'll tell you how many sins are on them, which plan they're relevant to, and all of that good stuff. So, anything else that I need to tell you when you're new? Use your consultant, that's the only other thing I would say. Again, you're paying that £4.95 membership every week. She should have had a sticker in her book with her number on. Feel free to text her. My consultant always tells me she's available 24/7. I don't like to sort of encroach in her life too much because I know she does work hard and she's got a family. So rather than calling her, I will send her a text which allows her then to answer whenever she is free to answer. But she's always there for you, and your consultant will be there for you too. Check and make sure that your group hasn't got a Facebook sort of group. So what I'm saying is, like, my group I'll go to on a Thursday morning, but during the week I can either text my consultant Philippa, or she has her own personal closed private group on Facebook that I can go on. People post their meals up, so it's handy to see what people are eating. It gives you ideas. You can ask for tips, help and advice that way as well. And social media wise, Instagram. If you're not already on Instagram and you've got any kind of smartphone, I encourage you to download the app. You can still view Instagram online without having an app as such. Just type in Slimming World into the search for Instagram and you'll see lots and lots of tasty meals. People post up little recipes and things to give you ideas. I'll put my little annotation here of what I am, but I'm Donna Dyble _SW for Slimming World on Instagram. But yeah, during the week it's brilliant to pop on for help, advice and inspiration there too. And I think that is everything I wanted to put out there for the new starters. As I say, don't panic if I've gone through this video really quickly. Just skip back, click on the links, it will give you all the information you need. Things that I can't link up will be click more information below. It will open up a whole information bar for you to look at, and I'll put lots of different information down there and links of things that I've mentioned in this video to help you out. So most importantly, breathe, relax. You've made that first step, you've walked through the doors of a Slimming World group. You are going to lose weight this year. You may even get to target this year. I'm really excited because I have said on my last group of 2015, I have dilly-dallied with it. You may have heard me say before, I've taken the scenic route on Slimming World, but this big grin that I'm giving now is because of the excitement that I've got. I've made the commitment to say at my group that this year, 2016, is the year that I am going to hit target. So it's a scary prospect, but it's a really exciting prospect. You can do it too. We can all do it together. If you've got any important questions that you would like to answer, all my links are below for Instagram, for Twitter. You can private message me if you'd like. My email information is in my about section and I'll also list it below. But more importantly, as I say, take it easy. Don't be too hard on yourself. Read the books time and time again. Don't be scared to ask for advice. And good luck on your very first weigh-in of 2016, whenever that is. Okay, so I'll see you in my very next video. Let me know how you're all doing if you've been doing it a while, and yeah, I'll see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye!